Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we've got a knife from Kansept, and I'm going to get in here with the Rivery Zero. Pretty sweet utility blade here. Of course, this knife and every other knife you see in this video will be linked down below. So if you guys want to check out prices, availability, and variants, definitely check out those links. Those help out the channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. Let's go ahead and get in here and waste no time. Actually, almost forgot. We're looking at the Model 6 and Nick Swan knives design, Stonewashed CPM S35 VN steel with copper carbon fiber handles, right? Should be a pretty epic one here. Got the Kizer paperwork as usual. Some Omega springs are always appreciated. I'm still yet, listen, almost 3 years of making content here. I'm still yet to have an Omega spring break on me. So, having some spare ones are good to have. And it does give people peace of mind who may be concerned about, maybe having one go bad on them or whatever. So that's always appreciated. Here's a little pouch and Kansept branding right there. Here is the knife, guys. Hope you guys are ready. If you're ready, I'm ready. Here we go. The Model 6, right? Model 6. I mean, first impressions, come on now. Sit there and tell me that copper carbon does not look amazing. That is absolutely insane. What a looker, guys. What an absolute looker. That looks absolutely insane. Absolutely my cup of tea for sure. Been looking at so many different copper carbon fiber models out there. You typically get an insert. You typically get a bolster or a handle. But here you're getting the entire handle is this copper carbon fiber, which is sweet. You do get some liners, stainless steel liners on there, but you have a nice titanium backspacer. I like how they did that. And by the way, if you are a lanyard person, they got you covered, right? You can probably put like 5 different lanyards on this guy, or maybe 10, right? They got you covered. quite the whole lanyard window. It's not even a hole, it's a whole window to a whole different universe that they give you back there. And one other thing I love to see from Kansept, they're definitely stepping up TA hardware everywhere except the pocket clip, which is fine, but at least, they glad to see they kind of dropped that whole T6 everywhere type of approach they had here some time ago. Looks like we have some ramps, right? Deployment ramps here as thumb studs. There's going to be a crossbar lock, of course, and we have a pocket clip, which is going to be titanium as well. That is a nice touch. It's not going to be reversible, and it's going to be about this much deep carry. Now, this is an ambidextrous style knife. A reversible pocket clip would have been nice with the filler tab for lefties out there, right? That kind of seems like a missed opportunity, but let's go ahead and check out this blade. If you're ready, I'm ready. Bam, right? Take a look at this thing, right? Let's go ahead and let me give it a quick wipe first, right? Got some oils there for protection, right? It's brand new out of the box. So clearly, they wanted to get to you as pristine and in best condition possible. Now, it being a Nick Swan nice design and all, definitely love the Swan logo right there. Model 6 kind of reminds me of like the Model T from Ford, right? The Model 3 from Tesla. This one is the Model 6. It's kind of like when you make a design and then you run out of ideas. Well, let's just call it the Model 6, right? But I mean, somehow, some way it works. I'd rather have something like the Model 6 than the TP12345 soup letter, right? If you know what I mean. So beautiful Warncliffe looking blade here with the flat grind, Stonewash, looking dope right there. S35 VN steel, in case you're wondering. And of course, being a crossbar lock knife and all. Check out that action here. Oh, wait, come on, just as you would expect. Obviously, probably a little bit of stick here on the, there we go. A little bit of stick right off the bat because it's brand new. But that probably will go away after some use, after deploying it multiple times and whatnot. I'm also noticing they have their, hopefully we can see it, otherwise we'll get a flashlight out here. They got their adjustable. You can sort of see it right there. You see 3 holes on this side, 3 other holes on this other side. So that means you can adjust the Omega spring inside to get the tension you want. So that's pretty neat. Now we do have a whole lot of carbon fiber. There's not that much milling going on. Whoops, I would be incorrect. I just saw this portion right here. I'm like, no milling. And then I turn it around. Yes, we do have quite a bit of milling there for weight reduction, which makes sense. Right, carbon fiber and the titanium bits are going to be obviously pretty lightweight. So you only get most of the weight here from the blade and the liners themselves. We'll do a weight check here in a moment, but man, I just can't get enough of how nice that carbon fiber looks. So thumb deployment feels good. The reverse flick, oh, that feels good too. Now, tell you what, sometimes I get some knives that are pretty difficult to reverse flick, even with a perfect thumb stud, just based on location, just based on detent. Obviously, there's no detent on the Crossbar Lock knife, but I also want to point out how nicely this lines up with your nail for reverse flick, right? Blew that? Reverse flick. So, yeah, that feels pretty nice right there. Digging that, thumb deployment, boom. Gotta love it, no doubt. So action is good, right? We know that obviously is going to be at least 3 different deployment methods. Very fidgety, right, to say the least. Let's check out the ergos. Now, got the standard grip right here on this curvature, putting my index finger, all the fingers follow suit. I have average size hands, so not the biggest, not the smallest of hands. But I am able to get a full purchase, which is perfect. Absolutely dig that. So good ergos there. Pocket clip is a little bit on the wide side, right? Kind of gets thick here in this portion. I do feel it a tad bit, but it's nothing crazy, I want to say. So I'm going to give it a good maybe 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10 right there. If anything, again, it's not reversible for some reason, even though a crossbar lock knife is very lefty friendly. And I promise you, I got 0 dexterity on my left hand. So if I can do all this, that means a lefty will be able to enjoy this knife as well. But I'm not sure why we don't have that reversible pocket clip. But that being said, right, obviously lock up, that feels strong, sturdy right there, no side to side, no movement anywhere, right? A crossbar lock knife is not necessarily the strongest, but one of the strongest locking mechanisms you can get. Also gives you a lot of, great ease of manipulation. You can take the knife out, boom, you got the blade out right away, cut what you need to cut, and boom, back in your pocket, which is great. Loving the tip nice and low for draw cuts, utility cuts is going to be great for that. And I was going to say, you can also forward choke here if you wanted to, obviously being mindful, being aware of what the heck you're doing, so you don't, you always know where the edge, right, the corner of the edge is at, so you should be fine there if you want to forward choke, as long as you're aware. Very minimal jimping. Jimping could be a little bit longer here if you ask me, but again, I didn't design the knife, but you do get this little bit right here. It works. Maybe forward choking most of the time, so a little bit of jimping up here would have been appreciated as well. Again, not a deal breaker in any way. That's just kind of nitpicking a little bit at this point. But quick measurement on this bad boy here, coming in at an overall length of a whopping, sir, can you stay in place? Thank you. 7.5 inches. Right, we got 3 1/4. Hold on. We got a little bit over 3 inches, and it makes sense, right? The box says 3.1 inches on the blade. Right, 3 inches on the cutting path, and the handle is going to be a little bit over 4 1/4, like maybe 4.3, 4.35. Obviously, research your local laws, know what length of knife you can carry and things like that. Doing a quick blade thickness here, right? Thickest portion coming in at 0.12, which is the average in the channel. Handle thickness is 0.48, a little bit under the 0.5 or ½ inch average in the channel, so that's not bad at all. And we did say there was some milling on those liners, so might as well get a quick weight on this bad boy. I want to say it does not feel all that heavy. The carbon fiber handles not only look great, but absolutely help a ton. 3.5, 3.8, somewhere between 3.5 and 4. Okay, let's 0 out. Thank you very much. Boom. Yeah, how about 4.1? That is the equivalent of 115 grams. But yeah, 4.1 is really good. I mean, for EDC, sign me up all day, every day. Doing some size comparisons here, I want to show you the Kansept Vivid, right? This one is one of their medium, right, size EDCs, very comparable there. But I also want to show you the opposite side of the spectrum, something as crazy as the Super Hawk, right, from Kansept as well. They got all kinds of different designs from a whole bunch of different designers as well. The Super Hawk is one of those most out there designs that I've ever seen. Absolutely, yeah, that thing is just crazy. It looks like a tank, feels like a tank, it cuts like a tank, and got the cheese grater sort of milling going on here on the handle. So yeah, check out the unboxings on these two if you haven't already here in the channel. Now a little bit more of your everyday stuff. There is your Microtech MSI. Here is the stitch. Right, these stitches are going to be, and both of these are going to be a little bit longer there, lengthwise, no doubt. Here's the PM2 and the Para 3. Right, very Para 3 size, if anything, as you can see. Here's the Demko AD 20.5 and the Kunwu Chad. Right, somewhere in between these two for sure. And on the more budget end of things, we got the Civivi Vision FG. We got the Kizer Militaw. All highly recommendable EDC knives. I'll have links to all these knives if you guys want to check them out. And I do have content on every single one of these as well. If you guys want to learn more, just search the Just search the knife name Miguel EDC on the YouTube search box, and you'll find those right away. That is the Vosteed Porcupine. This is a CJRB Pyrite light, and hopefully that gives you more or less a ballpark, right, where this guy lands size-wise. But you already know what time it is. It is time to get scientific with it here. We got S35 VN, feels toothy there, passes my scientific nail test. So here we go, 5x zoom for some extra points, extra demonstration of the scientific method. Let's go ahead and get some full slices here, shall we? Bam, boom, bada boom, bada bing. Needless to say, guys, it definitely cuts paper, no doubt about it. Now, for a little bit of a more challenging material, got a piece of cardboard right here. A portion of it is single wall. This back portion here is dual wall. And so I'm going to be cutting here left to right, cutting at a diagonal angle for better performance. Flat grind. Here we go. All right. Bam. Boom. I'm going to switch it around. I'm going to do the double-sided cardboard first. There we go. And one last one. Right, I lied. One more. There we go. Needless to say, obviously, with the tip nice and low, right? Utility cuts, draw cuts like that are going to be very easy to do for those EDC tasks like opening boxes, right? Pinch grip and things like that. So, guys, rate this thing in the comments on a scale from 1 through 10, 10 being the sharpest. Let me know. Well, there you guys have it. That is the Model 6 from Kansept. This one got the works here, right, with this beautiful copper carbon fiber scales, some titanium bits, backspacer, pocket clip, and S35 VN Stonewashed Warncliffe blade. Absolutely the sauce, if you ask me. Y'all, let me know, right, in the comments, what do y'all like about this one? What do you love about it? Is there anything you dislike about it? Let me know. We'd love to hear feedback in the comments below. And of course, this knife and every other knife you saw in this video will be linked in the description and pinned comments, so you guys can check out prices, availability, and variants. It does help out the channel when you use those links, but that is entirely up to you and a zero extra cost. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.